How much XRP do you need to stop working? This is a question I get asked all the time, and I love it because there are so many ways to answer it. Everyone has a different financial goal, but if you look at what the average retirement goal is, you can really break it down and see how much XRP you will need to retire. If XRP hits $5.00, $10.00, $100.00, or whatever price target you think it will reach. That's what we're going to do in today's video. I'm going to show you how much XRP you need to retire at the current price of XRP, and then what I'll say if it hits certain price targets, which I know many of you have set and which I have also set for myself. Also, remember that nothing I say in this movie is meant to be taken as financial advice. For those of you back home, I'm just sharing my thoughts, learning, and some light entertainment. I asked Grok to put together all the data for XRP price predictions across and give us an idea of how much XRP you'd need to retire at the current price and at different price points. Change lease 187 to 236 is one of the price predictions for 2025. This is basically the worst case situation. At that time, CoinCodex was worth about $351.00. GovCapital was worth about $4.78. And Standard Charter was worth $5.50. Some optimistic predictions say that the price of a coin could reach $30.00 this year or early next year. This depends on a lot of different factors, such as us taking over Swift or banks starting to use us instead of any other stable coin. Yes, those are the more optimistic predictions. I'm going to go over all of them, but the goal for retirement will also be different for each of you, right? Some of you can retire on $100,000 0 cents because you live in South America where that much money goes a very long way. Really, if you have that much money in some places, you're very rich. Some of you have more expensive habits. You might live in a very pricey area. That means you might need 5 million. What I would say is that the usual goal for retirement, more than likely, there will be around $1 million 0 cents saved. That's the picture I want to use in today's film. You know what I mean? If you only need $100,000, 0 cents, for example, just divide the XRP amount I give you at the end of today's movie by 10. That's probably all you'll need if we reach the price goals we talk about. Let's do the math for different ideas are good. And since XRP is worth $2.25 right now, it's clear that you'll need a lot of it to reach your $500,000 0 cents goal. For a 1 million goal, you'll actually need 222,000 XRP. For a 5 million goal, you'll need 444,000 XRP. You'll need 220 XRP, which is 2.2 million. Now, if we do reach $5.50, you'll only need 90,000 XRP to reach the $500,000 0 cents goal, 181,000 XRP to reach the 1 million goal, and 909,000 XRP to reach the 5 million goal. Now, if we set the low end of XRP at $10, 0 cents for the year, you'll see that you don't need as much of it. You need 500,000 to reach your goal of 5 million. You need 100,000 XRP to reach the $1 million 0 cents goal. You need 50,000 XRP to reach the $500,000 0 cents goal, right? And for the more speculative, high-end $30 0 cents positive case this year, I mean, this is possible. To be clear, I think the highest point we reached this year was $20 0 cents XRP. That's still very high, but we're going to go super bull end just to show you what's possible. Also, this is a very guess. I want you guys back home to understand that very well. You will need about 16,000 XRP to reach the $500,000 0 cents goal. You'll need 33,000 XRP to reach the $1 million 0 cents goal. You'll only need 166,000 to reach the 5 million goal. XRP, yes, I believe we would all love it if the price of XRP reached $30 0 cents per coin. This is especially true for people watching this movie who live in North America, United States, New Zealand. I don't think that's where most of my crowd lives. Just got off of stats. This is a fair list of goals that you can reach. You can get to 16,000, 33,000, and some of you can even reach 166,000 XRP. While it might take longer than just this year to complete, if you work at it hard enough, you can make it happen. I mean, at today's price, it's worth $3,000. You know, you need to reach these goals, so $37,500. Yeah, I think it's very reasonable for a lot of you to be able to reach that goal. That being said, yeah, I mean, to retire in 2025 with $1 million 0 cents nest egg, assuming XRP stays the same, you'll need a lot of XRP, 444,000, right? If it hits 550 by the end of the year, that's 181. It's worth 100,000 XRP if we could get the $10 0 cents price. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Now, I wanted to show you an extreme bullish case scenario because I know a lot of you think XRP can hit 100,000, or even some of you think that each XRP coin will be worth $10,000 0 cents. That's all I said. Just for fun, how much XRP would you need if XRP hits $100 0 cents using this $1 million 0 cents retirement plan? Okay, that's only 10,000 XRP to get that $1 million 0 cents nest egg. 10,000, right? In the next 10 to 15 years, I think it's likely that XRP will be worth more than $100 0 cents per coin. I believe that number is a very good guess and a very modest one for the next 10 to 15 years. Okay, so if you guys have 10 to 15 years to retire, that's what you should aim for. You can try to get $10,000 0 cents worth of XRP. If you have 5 years, you might want to try for a lower mountain home. XRP is going to reach very high prices very soon. Okay, that is up to you guys alone. But even so, you know, there are a lot of choices here. And actually, I believe that XRP is safer than most other cryptocurrencies because its team is constantly forming partnerships with big brands and buying other cryptocurrencies for huge amounts of money. In light of this, I have decided to put most of my money on projects like XRP and XBAR. I believe they are both excellent. Now tell me in the comments if you want to make, should you want me to make a movie like this for XBAR? I will, without a doubt. In spite of this, I believe now is a great time to buy XRP since there have been big sell-offs recently. The 15-minute chart shows that there are big drops in price and a lot of red. There is also a lot of red on the daily map. As you can see, I've bought a lot of things on these red days. There's a good reason for that. I'm getting ready for a lot of those V-shaped returns we've seen. You saw how we had a huge sell-off during the V-shaped rebound, right? That's a nice V. Another time. Right here, you saw that we had a nice big drop and a nice V-shaped growth down here. The recovery is made like a big V, so yeah, I'm just waiting for that nice big pump. Plus, you know that if we keep going down, 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 we'll reach about $2 0 cents. When the price drops below one coin, I'm going to buy more because I know the upside for XRP is very high. I also think the Federal Reserve is about to loosen monetary policy and print some more money. If they do that, there will be more money in the market and more people buying XRP. That's exactly what I'm about to do if you guys are interested. Are you excited about what the future holds for XRP? If you liked today's movie, please let me know. It costs you nothing to join my free Discord community, which is where I post all of my trading insights and where I'm actually buying and selling so you can see it and make your own decisions. At the end of the day, I don't give financial advice. I just share my thoughts on the market. That's what we do on this channel. And a lot of people look at my trades. That's right. They use the information I give them to make their own decisions, which works out really well for them. I want you to have access